It is Friday, March 1st. Welcome to the new month. Your girl is not feeling 100%. I haven't been feeling 100% for a couple days. So this is probably going to be the extent of the vlog. I'm going to include in the next part of the clip a video that I filmed prior to this. Showing you guys my tips and tricks. I probably should turn the phone the other way because that's the orientation I think I had it in. Sorry. When I filmed this video, but we got the new old phone. And I think we're good with the colors, sorry. But yeah. I'm not feeling good, so I really didn't vlog that much this week. But yeah, stay tuned to find out my tips and tricks about hair. I'm trying to get back on making my content, making my videos, so I decided to come on here. Shout out to Vlog Trip and
people walking around. Usually, when you're all-inclusive, there's people, you're trying to get your all-inclusive on. No one brought drinks for us, food for us.
we were just on YouTube Live and also on Instagram Live for just reminding me that I really need to post this hair. So in my Instagram stories, I told you guys that I was selling these 3 bundles. Now, I do believe that the hair has been dyed. But it's also still Indian hair, so it's 120-inch bundle and 222 inches. You can see where they kind of look like a natural color, but this one you can definitely see how dark it is. But if you're interested, just hit me up in the DM. So I'm selling all 3 of them for $275. Shipping is included with that price. I don't want to make this video too long. I have this. I do actually really like the color. First, I did a developer only, and then I did a bleach bath, and I got it to this really nice chocolate brown. I did have to stitch the lace here because it's HT lace, and if you guys have ever dealt with HT lace, it does sometimes be, it is a little bit more fragile, so I kind of tore the lace, but you really can't tell. Is it on that side or is it on this side? It might be on this side. So I had to stitch it with some clear clear nylon thread. Nylon thread? It might not be nylon thread, don't quote me. But I actually really like this hair. It is not, I don't know if it's Indian hair, but I do believe the curl was processed. It is very nice, very manageable in its natural state. Probably not so much, if I'm being really honest. I probably will only wear this either straight or curled. But I'm selling this one for $400 just because of how much I put into it. Like, I did make this wig by hand. You guys know I do know how to make wigs, but I did make this wig by hand. And also obviously I bought the closure and then I colored it. So $400, because I think for $400 it is still a really good wig. I've probably worn it maybe a handful of times, if that. Then I have this bob. If y'all know, y'all know. I just know I'm not gonna wear it. I do believe that it is a blend, so I am gonna be selling this for $125, and again, shipping is included with that price. And then we have one of my famous color. I did this for Pride Month a year, and I really do love the color. This is a wig that I got from Melissa's hair, and I don't know, like, it holds a curl really well. Like, this has been curled on a mannequin head for over a year, probably even more than that at this point, because I really don't wear it. That's part of the reason why I wanted to sell it. But you can see, how I did the color. I did color this by hand. Some of the colors I mixed myself, and it's just amazing. So I'm also selling this for $125 because, again, I'm just not gonna wear it. So if you guys are interested, DM me, whatever. Like I said, I did sell one that I mentioned in my weekly vlog. If you haven't checked that out, I've been thinking about doing this for quite some time, and I've realized quite a bit of people do not know how to care for hair. If you guys remember my really famous, I won't say like tagline, but I have hair that's lasted me 10 years. I got rid of that hair because I had first started like wearing wigs, and I didn't know that you could just replace the closure, and I kept cutting the lace, and I could never get it to not look like a wig. So I ended up giving that wig away. But that hair, had I not given it away, I would still have it to this day, and it would have been way more than 10 years old. But one thing that is really important that you want to make sure that you have for hair is good shampoo and conditioner. Now, before I used to use Tresemme. I love Tresemme, and I don't know if something in the formulation changed. I know a couple hair companies had some issues with products, not sure if they're one of them, but this is what I currently use for hair. Yeah, why is this lighting? I might have to take this light off because it's like you're not seeing the words. So this is what I use: shampoo and conditioner, Matrix by Elage. You guys have heard me talk about Matrix quite a bit. Why is this? Y'all, hopefully I don't gotta edit too much. But y'all have heard me talk about Matrix Biolage quite a bit. I like this. I also like their heat protectant. This is what happens when you make an impromptu video. They might have changed the packaging because I got this quite some time ago. I bought like 5 like on eBay, but I like this as a heat protectant for multiple reasons. One, it's lightweight, so even though it adds moisture to the hair, it doesn't weigh it down or make it feel heavy, and it's also still a really good heat protectant. Now, the other thing that I do when it comes to caring for hair to make sure that I get the longest time out of it, and I know a lot of you guys, you know, you're wearing wigs for different reasons. Me personally, I just don't like combing my hair. And shortly after getting into wigs, I had excessive heat damage, so my hair fell out. So it was a good thing that I had wigs to fall back on. But one of the most important ways to care for your wigs, keep them glueless. I don't sleep in my wigs. Sleeping on wigs is not only bad for the wigs, but it's also bad for your hair. If you're a wig wearer, if you're a bundle wearer, then obviously, you know, you'll be sleeping in it anyway. But this wig I got I started my channel like 6 years ago. So I feel like I got this like almost 6 years ago, probably like 5 years. This is from Freedom Couture. I've had this wig for 5 years. This was like one of my first blonde wigs. I've had that for 6 years as well. I don't know if I have any hair older than 5 years here because I've since sold some, gotten rid of some, but really important is make sure that you're using quality products. Gone are the days where affordable products work really well on the hair, and not sleeping in the hair makes a huge difference. I recently picked up the Unbrush. If you guys haven't tried that, please do. I'm gonna grab 2 brushes I can show y'all really quickly. For a really long time, this was like the trending brush. This was like the go-to for like natural hair, for extensions, because how it's separated. Y'all know I got postpartum shedding. This is not it. But this, the Unbrush, mind you, got some hairs in it, but it's real life because I really do use it. When I tell you, like when I wash hair sometimes, and I normally don't use this on my wigs, I use like a comb or something else. When I wash my wigs, I would typically use this to detangle it, but this, I was coloring hair over like, I don't want to say like, not this weekend here, but the past weekend, and because of how I was washing it, like it got like really matted at the roots, almost like if the cuticles were on the line. If you've ever seen that, if I can find a picture, I'll put it up here so you guys can see what that looks like. And when I tell you this brush breezed through that hair so easily, and when I say like every texture, like you know, I don't really like to go by that graph, but just so you guys get a visual, my natural hair is probably 3C, 4A. I've used this on 4B, 4C hair. I've used it on this, and it works the same way no matter what texture. So if you guys have not tried the Unbrush, I'm not being paid to say this. Y'all know how I do get down on my channel. I'm gonna say what it is. I'm not promoting nothing that I don't believe in. This is worth it. I got this on TikTok Shop for like $11. Worth it. Worth it. If you have shedding, if you're looking to easily detangle wigs, weaves, this is what you need. Now, one other thing that I typically do whenever I wash my my bundles, my wigs, I'll let them sit in conditioner as long as I possibly can. And also really important is I air dry it. Do I put heat to my wigs, my weaves? Yes, I do put wigs to my wigs. I do put heat to my wigs and my weaves. But only when absolutely necessary. Like I see like influencers, hair companies, like they'll blow dry the hair. I'm not blow drying the hair. What I'm simply gonna do is, if I want it to be straight, I'm gonna brush it straight, kind of smooth it with my hands. I'm gonna try to see if I can get a little video to show you guys that, but kind of smooth it down with my hands and leave it and let it air dry. So if you're a paid subscriber, then you'd be seeing this plus the video that I posted. But if you guys seen in my last vlog, at the very end of the vlog, I was like, oh, you know, well, this hair, you know, I wet it and it looks terrible. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. I conditioned this with purple shampoo because I didn't want it to be as brassy as it was, and I let it air dry. See how smooth the hair looks? There is no need to add excess heat to hair and blow dry. I don't think I've ever, like when I say like ever blow dried any of my extensions, I don't think I've ever blow dried any of my extensions. Not that I can remember anyway. So that for me is like a big no-no if you want hair to last you a long time. Like I like certain textures, so like I'll buy them so that if I have to wear it in its natural state, I'd be fine without having to apply heat. Obviously also having a way to store them. So not everyone can afford, because these little mannequin heads were expensive, which is why, you know, I was like, I'm selling some of my wigs because I don't need to have more than 20 plus wigs. I barely wear the wigs that I have now. So I'm not going to buy more mannequin heads. There are more cost-effective ways to go about doing it. You can search on YouTube for that. I've seen a few videos. But also just making sure that you're storing it in a good place. So if you don't have like mannequin heads, you don't have the option for like the styrofoam ones to hang it on the wall. I have this box here that I got from a hair company, and it's satin lined. I do also have what I call them like wig suitcases, those little like suitcases you can hang the wigs in. For me, I just like having a mannequin head, so I like to have my wig styled and just ready to go, because y'all know I'm a glueless wig girl. So that's why I prefer having the mannequin heads. But just the same thing you want to do with your hair, you want to do with a wig or a weave. I remember being of the, I don't say like understanding, but I had a mentality like, oh, well, you know, I got a wig, I got a weave, I can just do whatever with it and it'll be fine. No, this is still human hair. It's still going to behave. I don't say like just like your hair, but the same things you can't really do on your hair, you want to make sure you don't do it on there. So treat it the same way you would treat your hair. And in my case, I treat it just as good, if not a little bit better, because I want, when I spend my money on something, for it to last long. So what does that look like? You know, using quality products on your hair, not putting too much heat on the hair. Like these are things that 100% will affect you not being able to get years and years out of your hair. Like when, and this is probably unrealistic, I've said this before, but when I buy a wig, a weave, it's, especially if it's advertised as like raw or high quality or premium, I expect it to last forever. And look at my eyes when I say that. I expect it to last forever. Period. I'm not buying it again. So like this wig is 5 years old. You probably see me with this wig for another 10 years. Same thing with all my other wigs. When I invest in something and I spend my money, it's gonna last me. But yeah, those are my tips so far on how to get long. Don't mind the background. Y'all know the background be a mess, child. Those are the tips on those are the tips that I recommend if you want to really get longevity out of hair, bundles. Follow those simple tips and you'll be really good.